Welcome to Highly Questionable. Dan Levitard, this is my father, Poppy. That's Dominique Foxworth. He used to play in the NFL, now writes for The Undefeated. What do you like on the show today, Dominique?
Me?
All right,
back.
Very good. He's a cornerback, self-involved. Dale, Papi.
Did Tony Romo just get Drew Bledsoe?
Feels like it, right? I mean, look at the language, the way that it's changed in the Dallas locker room. Jerry Jones was saying a few weeks ago, he was saying this is still Tony Romo's team. Dak Prescott was saying it's still Tony Romo's team. Now it appears that not even Tony Romo is saying it's Tony Romo's team. Look at this. This is here on the sideline. It's his time is what people are assuming. The lip readers among us are saying it's his time. He wins at Pittsburgh yesterday, makes big throws, brings them back late. It's hard to argue with this kind of winning streak, even though I believe Tony Romo would be doing all the same stuff behind that offensive line.
Yeah, I'm a Tony Romo supporter. I've been rooting for him for quite some time, and it's even hard for me to support him at this point. But I'm not sure. I'm a little cynical. Who was he talking to? Who was that for the cameras?
No, it was inside his head, and it came out accidentally.
It was for the cameras. Deep in Tony's heart, it is not Dak's time.
Does he know we all saw that?
The one that they really felt bad about it is Mark Sanchez. Nobody's talking about Mark Sanchez, you know? That's it. Everybody's talking about Tony Romo. How about Mark Sanchez? He was the second in line there, waiting for Tony Romo to get hurt, and all of a sudden, you know what I mean, he got pushed aside.
Poppy really representing for somebody that nobody was thinking about, who also happens to be Hispanic.
Should Ezekiel Elliott be the front runner for the MVP?
He's got 1,000 yards, more than 1,000. But wait a minute, he wasn't touched on any of his 3 touchdowns yesterday. He wasn't touched by anybody. I could have run through all those holes. Admittedly, I would have been caught from behind. Let's look at this here. Look at what we've got here to end the game. I mean, come on, man. This is the best offensive line I've ever seen. I'd give the MVP to them because keep in mind, Prescott and Elliott, the both of them, would not look anything like this if not for that offensive line.
I agree. I said on my radio show last night that I thought that the offensive line should get an MVP. Why can't we change the rules? I think that they deserve it. And that team would not be the team that they are without that line. And you're right. Ezekiel would be doing that. Todd Gurley would be doing that. You would not be doing that behind that offensive line.
I wouldn't be doing that. Admittedly, I'd have about 300 yards and a lot of bruises, and I'd get caught from behind. I'd have 300 yards, though.
300 yards?
That's how good they are. That's not a tribute to me. It's a tribute to them.
I think that you're more suited to be on the offensive line rather than running behind
All right,
it. You know?
there you go.
That'll be my analysis.
Okay, that is excellent analysis. I'd be a very bad guard that would continually be thrown into the quarterback for sacks.
I think you're more of a cheerleader guy.
Okay, thanks, Dominique. I think the insults can come from over here.
Did the Patriots get hosed by the ref?
A lot of fun football late last night. Remembered what good football was like. We've gotten a lot of bad football this year. There was a lot of good football. The Patriots always seem to get that yard, don't they? Always. They had 4 cracks at it. Here's the final one. At the end here, they'd stop the sneaking. And Gronk, I mean, what do you want there? Gronk just pushed that pterodactyl chancellor, and I was happy to see them not call anything. If anything, that was offensive pass interference. Tell him, former cornerback.
Absolutely. I'm always here for the DBs. That was definitely not pass interference. What's the DB supposed to do? Gronk gets up looking for a flag as if that 6'10", 300-pound beast needs any more help.
Come on, man. You don't flag others for touching the polar bear. The polar bear clawed him first.
Are you guys afraid to criticize Belly on that last play? That's right, buddy. Yeah. Belly. You got to be able to run the ball, you know, don't throw the ball, run the ball, you know. You didn't learn anything, you know, about what happened to you in the last Super Bowl. You got to run the ball when you're that close to the end zone.
I mean, they did 3 times.
And I would criticize the Jamie Collins move. I think Bella Cheat deserves some criticism for this week's loss.
Did the Saints lose because of a rule?
He didn't say cheat that time. We had to bleep it out because it was kind of a rule that looked like a clumsy guy stepped out of bounds. Extra point to take the lead. 31. Is that Simmons? That guy made a great play. And then how does this guy go out of bounds? How does a professional, Dominique, how does this happen? A very exciting end of the game, but that guy was out of bounds, and then they reviewed it, and the call had to stand because they didn't have a conclusive angle when it seemed fairly obvious. But how does the right foot go out of that's how I would run down those sidelines.
He's not, I mean, he's a DB, a rookie to be fair. He's not used to having the ball in his hands, but The shoes were white. If you can't prove it, he's good. This is not criminal court. We do not need beyond a reasonable shadow of a doubt. If there's some shadow and the white shoes gave us the shadow, then you must have quit.
I'll tell you what, though. If you're going for an extra point to take the lead and that happens to you, you deserve to lose the game even if the referees blow the call. You blew it worse than they did.
I would throw in there also the D lineman pushed down the center, which no one's talking about, but that is the only thing that actually was illegal on that play.
You know, I'm not sure that he stepped out of bounds. Have you seen the other angle on the play?
Oh, my father's got multiple angles. Let's see here. Is he out of bounds here? The Saints were pointing that he was out. Look at that. That angle makes it. Look at my father. My father's on this. I was ready to criticize everybody. My father got that right, I think.
Perfect.
That's the reason they call me Eagle Eyes.
Nobody calls you that. Who calls you Eagle Eyes?
Yeah.
You're wearing glasses.
Is it time to start calling Marcus Mariota elite after he outplayed your precious little Aaron Rodgers?
All right, taking a crack at me because of my love for Aaron Rodgers. Mariota was up 4 touchdowns before he had an incompletion yesterday. The Titans have scored 30 in 3 straight games, and basically here's where we are with the Titans. If Marcus Mariota plays well, they win 5 times. When he doesn't, they lose 5 times. Not elite, not yet.
Elite might be a bit of a stretch, but it's interesting to see that Mike Mularkey seems to have figured out how to create an offense that accentuates the attributes of a running quarterback. He's not a pocket passer, and if you watch the games, he's not sitting back there picking you apart. But they're creating dilemmas for the defense with his legs and with a strong running game and the deep ball that he seemed to figure out.
Even he said after the game, I was doing a lot of dinking and dunking out there. I do think that one thing worth noting today is that the Mariota-Jameis Winston comparisons, Mariota seems to have taken a lead.
Marcus, I was one of the few guys at ESPN that believe in you. You know, I always believe in Latino quarterbacks. I gave you my Heisman vote when you were running, so, you know, I was all in for you. So just keep on trucking, buddy.
I mean, he's not Hispanic.
He's non-white.
I mean,
Let's be fair.
All right.
Non-white.
Non-white.
Counts you as black, Hispanic, all of it. Non-white.
He's better than Aaron Rodgers. That's all I got to say.
He was yesterday. There's no disputing that.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable.
What is happening over here?
Revolution.
That's right. Pay the players. Open your wallet. Pay the players. Open the wallet.
That's not what they
Open the
asked us
wallet.
to
Pay the
do.
players. Open the wallet. Pay the players. Open the wallet. Pay the players. Open the wallet. Pay the players. It is Monday. Time for more football.
More Dominique.
Will more players follow Mike Evans' lead and protest Donald Trump?
I was surprised that Mike Evans did this. Mike Evans doing a little copycat version of Colin Kaepernick. He explained it after the game. He just sat during the anthem. He wasn't kneeling or protesting the anthem before. This is what he had to say.
You know, I'm not big on politics or things like that, but I told myself, I said, if this happens, then America's not right now. I said this a long time ago. You know, when he ran, I thought it was a joke, and you know, the joke continues. It's not about the Republican Party or Democrat Party or anything like that. You know, it's just who he is, and it's well documented. You know what he's done. You know, and I'm not going to stand for something I don't believe in.
He's registered to vote in Texas. He wrote on Instagram that he did not vote. I do wonder about this, though. I find this part curious, Dominique. If you were going to make this simply a black cause, because he just told us there that he didn't make it a political cause, why wouldn't you have lined up with Colin Kaepernick? Because it's not like that wasn't a worthy cause, given what it is that you seem to believe.
I think we could do shoulda, woulda, coulda with a lot of people. A lot of black athletes, a lot of white athletes maybe should have been kneeling with Colin Kaepernick from the beginning. But when there's something that you believe in, I'm not going to be the one to tell you not to take a stand for it. I don't think that the idea that he didn't vote disqualifies him from having an opinion. We all, as a part of this society, have an obligation to speak up and to enact change in areas where we think change needs to take place. So I respect what he's doing, and I hope him and other players continue to do so.
Did the college football season just got better or worse?
Anarchy, chaos. I like anarchy and chaos here more than I like it just about anywhere. And what the question is being posed because everyone in college football lost this weekend. Michigan lost, Washington lost, Clemson lost. I don't know what the top 4 is going to look like. Here's what I do know, though. Alabama can now lose a game, and they're still, again, going to be in the top 4 at the end of this, even in the improbable event that they lose a game.
Yeah, I think it has gotten better. And an interesting point that was made, I heard from someone someone on ESPN radio said that it's about being the most deserving team, not necessarily being the best team. So it's hard to untangle that at the end, but they should pay the players.
Okay, very good. Pay the players for this delightful chaos and anarchy.
I mean, they're talking about adding more games, making more money here, making more money there. There's guys getting concussions. Last week, we saw somebody get a tooth knocked out.
Yes.
Give the man a buck.
Yes, okay, but that's not what they asked us.
I don't
yes,
care.
Okay, very good.
That's right, Tricky Nicky. You open your big fat wallet and pitch in some money for the guys that they play the game for you. That's right. How many millions he make? About 40 millions a year. And he's because he wants a raise. He's a bum.
Oh my God.
That's right.
What the love of God, a black fist, a bum. What is
I would take a
happening
knee if the cameras could go down low enough.
Oh no.
In his defense, Nick Saban is in support of the players getting paid.
I mean, that was totally unfair what we just did to Nick Saban. He called him a bum. In his defense, he's not a bum.
Who's profiting most, though, from the fact that the players' wages are being suppressed?
I
think that Nick has the obligation to speak out as much as Mark Emmert.
He has spoken out, but if he reached into his big fat wallet to pay the players, my guess is we'd probably criticize that because it's not allowed.
No, an unjust law is no law at all.
What is happening over here?
Revolution.
That's right. Pay the players. Open your wallet. Pay the players. Open the wallet.
That's not what they
Open the
asked
wallet.
us.
Pay the players. Open the wallet. Pay the players. Open the wallet. Pay the players. Open the wallet. Pay the players. Does Conor McGregor deserve equity in the UFC?
He is the biggest star in the sport, the first two-division champion at the same time. That's never happened before. He was really impressive again this weekend, and he says he wants some of that money. They'll not give him that money because he doesn't have a very good union, and the people who run the UFC will not have any part of what it is that he's talking about. Talked to Dana White about this on the radio last week, and I asked him, because he keeps saying that Ronda Rousey is the biggest star in the sport when she isn't. This guy is. He keeps saying Ronda Rousey. Why? Because this guy wants some of Dana White's money.
I don't know that he deserves equity, but I do think the players as a whole need to unite, because right now they're in pretty much a monopsony situation where there aren't very many other places where they can take their services. So if they unite and negotiate for better wages, I think all the players at the bottom of the cards are the ones who are being disadvantaged the most, because they are getting churned out and spit out, in many cases even worse than in the NFL, faster and with more punishing injuries.
Open the wallet, pay the fighters. 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 About to take over your city and you can't stand it. My accountant said you're sinking like the Titanic. David Blaine, last summer, man, you had to vanish. I get the hits like somebody pitching underhanded. Got my Spanish thing convinced that I know Spanish. Really, when she got to talking, I don't understand it. Keep reaching and dissing. Can't afford mistakes, not on this end. Make me call my bros for assistance. You're gonna make me call my bros for assistance. Highly questionable is broadcast from the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time to play the game that has a new favorite song. Do you question?
You give us topics and events, we question them.
That's brutal.
Do you question if this was a good business decision?
This godforsaken Texans-Jags game. At one point I checked in, and Brock Osweiler late in the second quarter was 3 of 4 for 19 yards, and they were winning. Why? Because Blake Bortles. Look at what Blake Bortles does. Blake Bortles throws the interception. Terrible decision. And this is a better one right here. Oh, never mind. Never mind. What difference does it make if I tackle you at the 8 or the 7 or the 6? You guys are going to score anyway because we stink and all we do is lose.
What do you expect from Blake at that point? Like,
Right.
that's not something you practice. You better get out of the way. I don't even know why he ran over there. He could have pulled something.
I feel like he does have practice doing exactly that, throwing the interception that requires a tackle.
That wasn't even his worst pick of the first half. Look at this.
No, there wasn't a worse one than that. Was there? Oh, that is worse. Yeah. What just happened there?
That's not his fault. That's not his fault.
I mean, wait a minute. Did he hit the running back in the foot? Yeah, he did.
He did what he's supposed to do. The man snake bitten. The running back's covered. He threw it at his feet so it would be incomplete. And somehow we got a Pele situation over there. Keep your feet to yourself, running back.
Wait a minute. He made the tackle there. You guys were criticizing him for not making the tackle before. He
Stuck
got
his
that
nose in
tackle.
there.
He got in there.
Do you question if this play was luck?
We're going to check in with Jameis Winston. We were celebrating Marcus Mariota earlier in the show. Was this luck here? I don't think this was luck. If this is the play, I think it was. No. Yeah, this is Jameis being great at being Jameis. I mean, that's unusually athletic for Jameis back there.
What a play.
Yeah,
I mean, that's impressive. I don't know. You can't attribute that to luck.
I mean, all of that. I don't think that's how it was designed. I don't think that was the play call, but that wasn't luck. That
You can't prove that.
That was Jameis Winston being great at being Jameis Winston.
Did you see after the game the reporters said that he reminded him of Johnny Manziel?
No, that's not good. Yeah, that's not
Jameis-
what you want.
Yeah, Jameis said, just call me Jameis.
Well, that disappearing act went much better than this one here.
与大家表演一个魔术啊！
Wow, this is a cheap reach by us. That disappearing act went much better than this one. Watch. Yeah, there you go, ladies and
So
gentlemen.
sad. I love Magic.
Wait a minute. I do feel like that right there is Bucks football for the last 10 years, right there.
When did they win that Super Bowl? Was that more than 10
I
years
think it
ago?
was more than 10 years ago.
Time to play the game that only made Bell this morning. See? Or no?
You tell us what to watch on television tonight. He'll always be intrigued.
On ESPN, Monday Night Football, Bengals and Giants.
Yeah, I want to watch these wide receivers play. Two of the best you will ever see. Let's check in with A.J. Green. Last time we saw him, he was in London, and Josh Norman was trying to cover him. And Josh Norman is pretty good at this, but yeah, you can't cover that human being.
That's good defense.
Yeah, good defense.
Bad call.
Cheating defense.
Good. I don't see any cheating.
Okay, but he caught it anyways. He failed anyways. Dominique, are you intrigued?
I'm very intrigued. I think that it'll be interesting to watch that Giants secondary. They're very talented. They haven't always been all that good up against A.J. Green, and that wasn't pass interference or holding or anything. I don't see those things.
It was just a long catch on a defensive back who failed. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. I'm going to go to that TV set because Victor Cruz is going to be a game-time decision. I'm looking forward to a lot of salsa time in that game, a lot of salsa action in the end zone. It's going to be Victor's night. Otherwise, I won't be watching.
Right, he might not play, which would not be salsa time. I mean, he'll start eating salsa to soothe himself with comfort food.
That too.
On Fox Sports Southwest, Mavs and Knicks.
No thank you. Mark Cuban recently banned a couple of ESPN reporters for not covering his team enough. We really need to cover it less. This is too much coverage of that team, but let's check in with the Knicks.
Gomez inside. Holiday. He's a good shooter. Misses that one. That was
excellent
dead
question
on. Just
right
got the
there.
back.
Where is Carmelo?
That's what Phil
Jennings
Jackson
gets
is
in
asking,
the
by the way.
paint.
Who are
Glass,
these
no.
people?
Chip
Where is Porzingis?
finds Holiday.
Oh,
No, that's not him.
That's
I
not
think
him.
you got
Nope.
a different guy as Porzingis there.
No
That's
Melo.
not, yeah, that's nice. That's going to be hard on the field goal percentage right there. Wow.
Is this the triangle? Are they still running the triangle?
Wow. Is the rim shaped like a triangle? Is that why the ball won't go in it? Good God. All right, let's start over. Let's try again.
Reset.
With the lack of rebounding
Oh, my God.
by throwing it in.
Phil Jackson, ladies and gentlemen, $11 million a year. Dominique, are you intrigued?
I'm going to have to say no. That is unwatchable. And if you're not going to put Porzing in there, Porzingaling get better or Melo, you're not going to get my eyeballs.
Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. Are you kidding me? Even though they don't make the shots, they kept rebounding the ball. They're a rebounding machine. They keep getting those second chances, third chance, fourth chance, fifth chance. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I knew that Phil was going to come through for the Knicks. A rebounding machine in the
Could have
NBA.
done without the spittle of the fourth.
He's got a point.
Chant.
if you like the fundamentals, you like Knicks basketball.
In Finland, the KHL.
Oh, the last time that I checked in with the KHL, some guy was throwing a puck into the net on his stick. He threw his stick like a spear. This is not nearly that interesting. This is that godforsaken, stupid mannequin challenge somebody was trying to do with 10,000 people. Yeah, I mean, this thing.
The kid blew it from the start. We got towels moving. This is depressing.
What happened to the goalie? The goalie was drinking.
We got a Russian dab?
That woman was blinking.
This is embarrassing.
Oh, God.
Nice job by them. Strong. Good balance.
That made me sad. Dominique, are you intrigued?
I could tell by the faces in the audience that I am not intended to be intrigued, so I will give you what you want.
There weren't a whole lot of
No.
black folks in Finland. Poppy, are you intrigued? Okay, I think my father's doing the mannequin challenge. What just happened there? What just happened? Okay.
I got hooked.
All right, he's very good at it. All right, very good.
Perfect.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
Thanks to Dominique Foxworth. Check him out, The Undefeated. Thanks for watching.
I will not see you mañana.
No, he will not.
They will. I won't.
How about? Look. Oh, I got
Really,
it. I got
Poppy?
it.
Really? Wow.
It's a rookie. It's a
Got
rookie.
another
We
one,
were doing
man.
so well. We were doing so well. We were building such a relationship. And the trust is all gone.